Magandang hapon sa ating mga televiewers sa Sky Cable Channel 28, The Beautiful Heart Show. Muli, bumabalik ang inyong lingkod, si Dr. Anacleto B. Melendez upang makipag-ugnayan dito sa aking mga kaibigan sa San Diego, California. Ang isa na nga rito, yung babaeng tinatawag kong a woman with a beautiful heart. No? Kilalang kilala siya sa San Diego, one of the pioneers in the field of fashion designing, a very active civic leader, lapitan ng mga tao nangangailangan, at could have been the mayor of San Diego in the person of Boogie. Her name is Florfina Arce. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ito po yung unang segment ng ating pagkipag-ugnayan, no, sa inyo, because I would not feel very comfortable in my lifetime kung hindi ko kayo mabigyan ng recognition at di ko ma-share yung buhay ninyo sa ating manonood. Hindi lamang sa Davao City, kundi sa buong mundo. Ang aking show ay nakikita regularly sa Davao City, pero we have also viewers in the YouTube that I usually upload beautiful shows, and especially beautiful persons with beautiful hearts like you. I think the best person that can describe you truly is yourself. Can you just briefly, highlight the important corner or the cornerstones of your life from the time you were born in the Philippines up to the present?
Wow. It's going to be a lengthy description, but of course we can really summarize it into just the highlights
Right.
in my life. I was born in Olongapo when it was a small fishing village, and my family originated there. I grew up in a town that has been called in the more modern Olongapo as a Sin City. But that's not how I perceived it to be. It was a small town, everybody knew everybody. And my parents both worked in the naval base. The new naval base now is far from where it was before. Our house actually, we live just outside of the naval base, where Olongapo was known to be the town where the military, the Navy people usually have their fun activities. So one by one I saw nightclubs come up from a small fishing town into the city that it became. That's a lengthy story actually. But growing up there, I saw a lot of the American influence in Olongapo. So we Olongapeños are known to speak good English.
I can hear that well.
Perhaps because, yes, we were very close to the Americans, especially my family. My father started as a dock worker, and then he became the admin officer of the Subic Naval Base, and he was there for 30 years. He acted like the liaison for Olongapo and the U.S. Naval Base. And my mother taught American children for 17 years.
Wow.
Yes. I grew up there, and the influence was not very good for some families, I would say. But my father made sure that we were well protected from all that surrounding. The first time he saw, at a young age, I saw that, why are they always Americans? And I questioned him, and some Filipinas are going with them. The first thing he did was move our home from the main part of the town where all the Americans pass by going home. Sometimes my mother would find drunk Americans hanging by our fence. And we moved to a project home that was provided by the naval base in Bahak, close to the Catholic Church. So there were no nightclubs.
How big was your family then?
We are a family. We are a family of 6 children.
Oh, okay. And you are...
My mother and father are both the only child, so I am very unique. I don't have aunts, I don't have uncles, so I don't have cousins. So the closest relative would be blood relatives. I could mention that yes, the Gordon are
blood relatives
from the mother's side, but it's quite far.
And you can even trace your roots too.
We traced our roots, and we were related through the mother's side. And on the father's side, we could not really trace because my grandfather was a U.S. Navy who married a young woman, 15-year-old. My grandmother married him from Shanghai.
Wow, so your grandmother is real Chinese.
Yes, and I am 1/4 Chinese. Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, and growing up there, I went to elementary school and public school. My father did not put us in private school. High school, I was the last graduate of Jackson High School, which was under the Naval Reservation. So, again, in my life, it's very unique because for 4 years in high school, I recited the Pledge of Allegiance, the U.S. and the Philippines, both, and we sang both national anthems. From high school, we immediately go to the University of the Philippines, which is my father's choice.
I understand most of the siblings were...
Not most. We are all graduates.
Oh, wow.
6 of us are
The
graduates.
6 of you are alumni of the UP.
Yes.
Wow. And you are among the siblings.
I am number 5.
You're number 5. And what did you take up at UP? At UP Diliman, I would presume.
I graduated business administration, major in marketing. But my heart is actually in fine arts, which my father did not allow. You know that how the Filipino family is. The father, you follow your parents' wishes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also bet you were a very beautiful lass. I can see some pictures in the house. In fact, there's one portrait here that is very youthful looking. I'll just grab this. But I'm sure there's a similarity between the youth. Can we have do you have a photo when you were...
Yes.
Yeah, maybe later on we can tour the house and you
tour
can...
the
Yeah,
house.
because I can see a beautiful portrait at the back. And so being beautiful at that, I am sure there were lots of suitors.
It was fun growing up in Diliman. I was only 15 years old.
Wow, for a freshman?
For a freshman,
Wow.
because I was accelerated in elementary, and I guess I entered very early in my grade school, being that my mother is a kindergarten school teacher in our own yard. Before she started the curriculum of George Dewey.
Oh, so
school.
she was even the pioneer really in the teaching of the American curriculum for elementary.
Yes, she should be recognized in
Yeah.
the history of George Dewey as the pioneer, the school teacher that started the curriculum. She graduated from Normal
Okay.
College.
Interesting history.